Brendan, you're out of the X Factor. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm good now. At the time, obviously, I was disappointed. I wanted to get to the final. It was very bitter to swallow at the start, but I just kind of took a step back and I realised how far I've come. I lasted 6 weeks in the X Factor. I got to the semi-final. I'm on the X Factor tour.
Yeah.
I'm in London still, so it's all good. I'm okay. Yeah.
Plenty of positives.
Exactly.
Why do you think it is that you went out this week?
I don't know. There could have been lots of reasons. It could have been the song. I was happy with the song I sang. I thought it was one of my best vocal performances. It could have been anything. It could have been the short window to vote. Could have been the surprise of two people getting knocked out in the night. Could have been anything. I just think it is what it is, and these things happen. And they're the finals next week. Then it's going to be over. They're going to move on to the next one. Then and the next one after that. So. These things can't last forever, but it's what you do afterwards with them is the most important thing.
Were you happy through the competition with your song choices?
I was happy with most of them. Yeah, I mean, I did have a bit of a stumble the second week, and I got into the bottom two, and then I managed to get through that, and I came back then, and I lasted 4 more weeks. So, just thinking of that now, I took on a 15-piece choir, and so I was like, after that, if I can do that, I can do anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Did that change your mentality though? Being in the bottom two, did it change how you go forward in the competition?
Yeah, I think it did. Because when I was getting the comments and the feedback, I thought I'd handled it a bit better at the start, and obviously I didn't. I was just kind of after the second week, I was ready to hit someone. I was just, I was really beating myself up and all this, and then. I had a talk then with Louis and all this and the night before, and then they were like, I was like, what's going wrong? I didn't know what was happening. And then I knew what my Save Me song was, and then I was like, I'd love to sing my Save Me song now and kind of prove them all wrong. Yeah. And I did.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think the bottom two was a real, it's what I needed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to miss most about the competition or about being on the show, living the house?
Yeah, I'm going to miss everything, this whole environment. It's going to be weird kind of going back home now, and but what's exciting as well is what's going to happen afterwards. So there's a few things that have been thrown at me already, I don't know, I suppose it's making the right decision and do what you do with that as well. I'm going to sit down with Louis as well. We're going to have a chat, and I think one of the nicest things he said to me as well, when I left, he said I'm a friend for life, he said to me. And he said, if you ever need advice, not just on music, on anything, he said, I'm always here for you if you want a shoulder to lean on.
Absolutely. I think you really got lucky with who you got as a mentor, because, Louis Tomlinson, he's done a great job, but also he has a massive fan base, so they're obviously going to support, you as well. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did, absolutely. And even though my following has gone up through the roof, and I'm trying to, it's mad because I try to reply to everyone and all this, because they've really been supporting me the last few weeks, and then anytime I go out of the thing, it just goes back down, I can't find it, and oh god, and it's madness. But all the judges were cool. Robbie was another person who was a big supporter of me as well, and Simon was great as well, not at the start, but in the middle, towards the end, he was good to me. He was fair, and Ida as well. Ida was lovely.
Yeah, it was a good lineup this year. But what was it like having Louis as a mentor? Because no one knew what he was going to be like going into this, being new.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just I kind of had to, before I went in, because I remember a routine of judges' houses. I was like, right, I need to be cool now. I can't fangirl. Sorry, I can't fangirl or anything. I was just kind of I need to act professional, and I think I did that okay. Yeah, I think I did that. But it was nice getting to work with him. It was nice getting to sit down with him and hear his stories from X Factor, and just kind of it was funny as well, just because he was contestant on the show 8 years ago, and now he's a judge. And I asked him during the show as well, do you like doing it, or would you do it again, and all this, and he said he loves doing it, and everything. Oh, wow. Yeah. So he's just been a pleasure to work with, and I hope we can do something in the future. Yeah,
he's a genuinely nice guy. I've interviewed him before, and he's just so sweet.
He's very nice. Yeah.
Possible collaboration there?
Wouldn't mind. Yeah, that'd be alright.
I don't know what kind of music are you going to do?
You see, this is another thing as well. I don't know what. I suppose the last 3 weeks I've had 3 good solid weeks where I've kind of shined vocally, and I think I just need to find a song or something that suits me, I don't know what kind of genre I want to be or who I want to be. I kind of asked him for a bit of advice. I asked him, like, did he always know who he wanted to be? And he said to me, he always knew who he didn't want to be. So he kind of went away from that and just kind of said, yeah, that pretty much, yeah.
So that's what you need to work on, right?
Yeah,
is finding out what your sound's going to be.
Yeah, I need to find out what direction I'm going to be, whether it's, ideally, I'd love to get a record deal. That's the dream, you know?
Yeah.
For any recording artist or any musician, I'd love to get a record deal, hands down.
Have you not tapped up Simon Cowell for this yet?
No, I might tap him up yet. See? Yeah. He's liked me the last 3 weeks, so I might, yeah.
A 22-year-old, though, in London.
Yeah.
You were in that house. What was that like, living? Because it's a complete world away from where you come from.
It's nuts, yeah. It's just, the house was massive. Like, you couldn't make my way around it at all. Like, it's crazy. And then, yeah, it was just, once it got quieter and quieter, it just got weird. Then we were like, we're nearly afraid to be in the house then. I even hated going into, like, the LMA choir's room as well. It felt like there was ghosts in there or something, like, when I was going in, like, I was like, no, and I didn't even, and as everyone was moving out, like, obviously there was more rooms and everything, and I was kind of like, they were like to me, why don't you, there's like load of rooms free, like, why don't you hop in there? And I was like, no, I don't want to, I'm staying in my own room, yeah. But, yeah, it was nice.
It was good. No one had any annoying habits or anything in the house that you were like, can't wait to get out of here?
I'm trying to think. I don't think there was really. I mean, Anthony, I shared a room with Anthony for the whole duration of the show, and he's just 100 miles an hour. Like, there's no pause button. Like, it's just all go.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he'd wake me up in the morning, like, and he'd be like, "You all right, lad? You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just asleep, man. Yeah, thanks for waking me up." Like, he'd give me a fist bump, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're sick, man. You're sick." Just come up with these mad things. Like, and I'd be like, I was like, "Man, I'll talk to you in an hour's time. Would you let me go to sleep?" Yeah. But he means well. He's a nice lad.
I can see him doing that as well.
Yeah.
He does, like you say, go 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Hey, he's still in there. So
he's still in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you heard? Because a lot of times, obviously, when you're on the show and you're seeing other people's songs, sometimes they might get in touch. Has anyone, any celebs been in touch with you? Slid into your DMs, anything like that?
Slid into my DMs.
Not necessarily like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, Louis Tomlinson, of course.
I mean, that's who everyone wants,
that's
though, right? There's a lot of fans who are very envious right now.
Exactly. I mean, when Liam Payne came on the show on his week, and he said he loved my voice as well. That was very nice. It's nice of him as well. Niall Rodgers said he wanted to record me. So, I mean, if he wanted to do that, that would make my world. An absolute legend, and that would make my world if he did want to. Yeah. He's a lovely guy, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'd love for that to happen. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, and obviously we've got 3 people left now for the final: Scarlett, Dalton, and Anthony.
Yeah.
Who is your winner?
My winner. Do you know what? I think Dalton. They're all good. Like, I mean, they're there because of what they've done the last few weeks. They've put in the work and they've got to the final and they deserve to be there. But I think for me, I got on really well with Dalton and Anthony as well. Like, you know, but I think Dalton hasn't had one bad week and he's just flying it. He's on a different level. Like, I think so.
He really is.
He's in his, well, everyone's in their own league. I mean, Anthony's a great voice. Scarlett's a great voice. To be honest, I don't think it's fair to pick a winner. Because I'm saying,
you already have.
I've already picked a winner, but I don't think it's fair to pick one because I wouldn't like someone to pick one over me. See?
No, but you know, I can see where you're coming from, and it would have been Anthony had he not been waking you up early.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. Would have been. Let's see, could be. Yes, could be. Yeah, I hate picking and choosing.
Like putting people on the spot.
Yeah.
What's next now then for you? Literally, you finish the show. What is your literal next steps?
My next steps is to find the steps anyway. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. There's a lot of things on my mind, and you know, it's hard because you just want to jump at the first thing that comes your way, first opportunity. So I don't know. I might even sit down with Louis. I'll ask him for a bit of advice on where to go. He might point me in the right direction.
What? Go! The stuff in the school at home. No!